Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running behind that left side. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Longhorns racing to the line in a hurry up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. On the move at the 30. Turning it on. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted for the 11th time.
Yeah, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Trying the left side. Open space at the 25. Turning on the Jets. At the 30. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The offense changing the play. Back to throw. It's good. Now he's going to break the pocket. Slings it downfield. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds a man in the middle. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Longhorns are flying down the field. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Takes the handoff. It's Shields. They'll go right back to the run. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't. Breaks into the open. The tag. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But those fans that were there when the U was the U, they know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Texas offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
So now it's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Garner. Throws for the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Third and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man downfield. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Going for it all. Touchdown, Texas! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease to the left. He's out past the 35. Flying down the left side. He's at the 20. Touchdown, LSU! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Dropping back, it's Garner. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
That's a really nice-looking catch, you know, and it's shocking when you think about Texas Longhorn football. Not a lot of names jump out at you when you think about great wide receivers here, right? Yeah, Roy Williams, Jordan Shipley, not too many. This guy, though, I think has a chance to be special. This guy could go down in Texas history as one of the all-time greats.
The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. of the gun to give to the back. Just ran over it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass, it's Garner. Looking to buy time. Unloads it left. He's got an open man. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
Look out, he's got room. And the Longhorns have pushed it inside the 20. Motion from the wide receiver. Hand off from the shotgun. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Snags it. And he will score. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air, it's Hood. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Quarterback making adjustments. He wants to throw it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Under fire. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Garner. Looking to the big tight end. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Snapped it in the shotgun. Got a man. It's Avent. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. The short hands, it's Evanson. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Looking deep. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
The Tigers will try to convert on fourth down. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, going to the air. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Bringing it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. They'll run the option. The pitch. Looking for room at the 40. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Really good job by this offense, understanding where the sticks are. It's 3rd down and short. The QB makes the pitch. Good, accurate pitch, and then he does the rest. Gets north-south and gets the 1st down.
Wide receiver going in motion. Right back to the well. This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Fires it incomplete. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Garner. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Longhorns have their offense in high gear. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and then he might be able to do some more damage.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Longhorns want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. On target to the left. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a 1st down in the red zone at the 11. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
And the Longhorns, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
To throw, it's Garner. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll give it to the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Oh, he's got some space. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Tiger. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. With that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw, it's Garner. Gonna let it fly. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. What a day it's been on the ground for these 2 guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Back to the ground game on the left. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. If they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more, so they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back, and they've done a pretty good job all day.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. To the ground with the back. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
He slides that just inside the right upright. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Northern Illinois is getting cooked right now. I mean, it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 24 to Kent State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Going for it all. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. The give to the tailback. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats?
Turning it on! Touchdown, LSU! And the stomping has commenced. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
I think at this point of the game now, in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Got room to work. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll try the run. He did not make it, a stone wall on 3rd down.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
On the option. He'll toss it. Picks up the first down, still moving. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Breaks into the open. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
The Longhorns are marching down the field. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Finds a little space. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy has had so far, why not hand it off to him on 3rd down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air, it's Garner. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. Looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over.